What's up, y'all? Get this camera right. I know y'all can appreciate that Rolls though. I ain't want to accept them at first. I've been riding the 50 cent wave for years and years, and I finally had to accept that Rolls, he own it. But anyway, what's up, everybody? Checking in. Everybody filtering in. Damn, I can't get this stand right. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? I'm gonna just hold it because this thing in the way. So what's going on? What up, Pablo? Listen, subcontractors. Rashad asked me about it on one of my other videos. Please contact me. Contact me. Email me. I'm gonna give you my number in the email. aj@ajsimmersonline.com. Email me. I'll give you my number. You can call me. All right. Look. Turn that down a little bit more. Look. Subcontract. I remember exactly what your question was, Rashad. So if you watching this video, comment and let me know if I don't get everything that you want to know. So basically, do I believe in subcontracting? I think that everybody knows I definitely do. That's majority of what I did do and still do because it was simple. You know what I mean? I didn't have a bunch of heavy duty cleaning equipment, so I would subcontract all my carpet jobs, strip and wax jobs, all that type of stuff. I'm so glad you're talking about this. Good. So subcontracting, how do you go about doing it? First of all, it's quite simple. You can get the person to sign a 1099. No, wait a minute. Sign a I-9 form. You don't have to, but if it's a one-person sole proprietorship type deal, get them to sign the I-9. And what else? Was there one more thing they supposed? Just sign the I-9. That's pretty much it. And then at the end of the year, you keep a record of all the total amount that you paid them, and then you make a 1099 form for them, and that's it. It's really nothing to it because they got to report their own tax. Their taxes ain't got nothing to do with you. Now, how much should you pay out of the job? So, say for example, you get a carpet job that pays you $500. Out of that $500, how much money should you pay the subcontractor? Well, it depends. Because see, with subcontractors, it's not like employees. It ain't like you can just do $10 an hour. What's up? Donovan, what's up, man? So it ain't like you just do $10 an hour with subcontractors because they're not employees. You dealing with another entrepreneur. So really, it all depends. It all depends on who you're dealing with and how you're dealing with it. I try to pay well, but at the same time, make sure I can get some money in it too. So it really depends. Some people say I'll pay way too much. Maybe 60% you can give up. You know what I mean? As long as they're happy with it, you happy with it. I would do the math on it. You know what I mean? Like say it was a $500 job and you making and it takes you five hours to do it, then I don't know what, $20 an hour. So what's that? $100. You know what I mean? So maybe you do more than that. I don't know, but just try to make it worthwhile for the person that's doing it too. I think the last job I just had, it was like $289 for a carpet job. I paid the guy $150 to do it because I also had to take out the fees for Jan Pro and all that. So I had to make sure that I had enough to still get paid too. So out of that $289, I gave a guy $180. Just want to say thank. Hey, I appreciate you. Gosperation TV. Y'all go subscribe. Apparently, with a name like that, you must got a channel. So shout out to Gosperation TV. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to get a good angle because I got Peter balls. I got to cut my hair tonight. So I'm trying to get the good angle, but it ain't one. But anyway, but yeah, that's all it is too. It ain't nothing hard about subcontracting. You know what I mean? If you can get in the I-9, get an I-9 signed. If it's an actual big customer, a big company, so to speak, I don't believe you have to do an I-9 form, but you can. You know what I mean? My accountant told me that you still want to have an I-9 form on file just in case for record keeping purposes, but you don't have to have it. But that's it, man. You just document how much you've been paying them and give them a 1099 at the end of the year. That's pretty much it. So that's all I had on subcontracting. If you got any more questions on it, feel free to shoot them. You know what I mean? You can find them on Craigslist. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them at like the distributor stores, any type of janitorial supply stores. If you guys buy your supplies from these bulk janitorial supply places, Leave a card there. Let the person that you know who you're buying your equipment from, let them know that you're looking for subcontractors and they can help you, because they get so many different entrepreneurs coming through there all day long. You know what I mean? So they probably can help you with that. I'm about to put this up so I can drive and talk. Um, but yeah, if you got any more questions on that, let me know. It's really nothing to it. Now let's talk about leadership for a minute. Actually, Brandon, let's do Brandon. Can you do a video about between LLC and a corporation? I done that before. Really, all it is a corporation is the tax structure mainly is what the difference is. So corporations are taxed at the corporate level, and then you also get taxed at the individual level as an owner. Can you have your franchise company help find one? Yeah. Hold on, I'll get back to that in a minute. All right, so with the LLC, you're not taxed at the LLC level, at the business level. You only taxed at the ownership level. I have one person that's helping me. Is it good to pay him as a subcontractor? I would, especially if he's not getting enough hours, a lot of hours. I'll pay him as a subcontractor first. Which is better? I think subcontracting is better than W-2 employees, simply because you're not responsible for paying their taxes. Now, on the flip side, you will be more. Your chances for being audited probably will be higher. You know what I mean? But I never been audited, so I can't speak on that. I got the LLC between corporation. I think that's pretty much it. Can your franchise company help you find subcontractors? They can, but I wouldn't go that route, because what they're going to do is they're going to get another franchise owner to do it for you. And when they do that, put it this way. Look at it like this. If they're involved, it's probably going to cost you. Just look at it like that. So you kind of want to keep them. You don't want to involve them if you don't have to. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that they will charge you to find a subcontractor, but what I'm saying is they might pay. They might try to, like, if they get the carpet job, but it's your account that they got the carpet job in, and you do the regular service there every month, but then the carpet need to be done, so you don't want to do it, so you tell them to find another franchise owner to do it. They're going to pay the other franchise owner that whole amount. Versus if you would have got a subcontractor, you could have paid them a partial amount, and then, you know what I mean? And then you could have kept it for yourself. All right. Which one is better between LLC and the corporation? It all depends. You had to talk to your accountant about it and see what they're looking for. I'm a franchise owner. I work at a bank. I got my master franchise contract from the bank, the company. I missed it. But yeah, LLC and corporation, it really depends on what you're trying to do tax-wise. There's really know which one is better. No way to answer that. I pay, and let's put it this way: $800 a month. $800 a month. I'll do subcontractor for that. Okay, what was I saying about that? Subcontract. Damn, I forgot what I was saying. If I was in the middle to answer your question, reshoot that. My bad. But yeah, $800 a month. I would do subcontractor on that, because it's not a ton of money. You know what I mean? And put it this way: if you put it like, this is the reason why I pay as a subcontractor too, because if your goal is to pay that person $800 a month, and like straight cash, if that's what they want to take home, that means that you as the employer have to pay out a problem. It depends on what the tax. I don't know what the employee payroll tax is and all that shit, but basically you got to add on that percentage. So they ain't gonna get 800. They gonna get 800 minus the taxes, and you got to pay the other half of their taxes on the business side. You know what I mean? Our bank uses the contract, and we subcontract it. I keep missing your question. I'm sorry. I saw something about a bank and a contractor, and that's all I saw. But $800. Damn, I'm forgetting everything. My bad. I'm not good with this live thing. Apparently, I need to take the questions one by one and do individual videos, because I'm messing this live up. But yeah, $800. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. So $800. They're not gonna get the $800 straight. They're gonna get $800 minus tax on their end. Then you also not just paying out $800. You paying $800 out plus the payroll taxes. So you really gonna have to pay out. You going out of your business account, you're gonna have to pay out like $900 or $920 or whatever the taxes is, because the way taxes work for payroll is whatever the employee is paying on their out of their taxes on their paycheck, the employer has to match that. You see what I'm saying? So if the payroll tax for Social Security on the employee's check is 4%, You also got to take, so it's really 8% because the employee takes out 4, and then your company has to pay 4 too. And then same thing with what is it, FICA and Medicaid, with the federal tax, all of that. You got to match it. You know what I mean? So it's one of them that you don't match. I think it might be state tax, or it's one of them that you don't match. But for the most part, all the taxes that come out the employer's check, the employ and all the, let me get it right. All of the taxes that come out of the employee's check, the employer has to match that on their end too. So, and that's something I just learned not too long ago when I was taking a couple of classes at a community college, and I found that out. So I was like, I'm glad I didn't go the route of employees anyway. So, what else did we have though? Did y'all have anything else before I end this? Because I see we past 10 minutes, and I don't like for these to be too long for the sake of the people who gonna watch this later on. I don't like my videos to be too long. So, if y'all got any other questions, shoot. Is $10 an hour better than subcontracting? It could be the same thing. I'm gonna get back to that. Bank uses a contractor, and we are subcontractors. I think it would be. Oh, okay, so you the subcontractor, and your bank uses contractors. You're the subcontractor. Okay, so nothing wrong with that. That's a good way to start. But you definitely want to start figuring out how to get your own contracts and not get basically the bare minimum that a business can get is what you're getting when you subcontract. I use a subcontract. I started out and got experience that way. Currently work at the bank. I'm a franchise owner. I got my master franchisor contract for my bank, but they've already contracted, so we are contractors. We are contractors, so we are subcontractors. Is that good? Probably not. You need to email me, Zenobia. And then the second question, I didn't even get to see because it went away too fast. They need to figure out a way to let you look at the questions longer, because them things go up there and then they hurry up and go off. So, damn. I keep forgetting where I was at because I'm trying to lock in on these questions when they come in. I'm gonna see if I can pull them up. Okay, like I figured it out. How can you decide the best way to estimate your contracts if you've never contracted or negotiated? How can you decide the best way to estimate your contract? Right. So the best way is to go buy my new calculating software at ajsimmonsonline.com. Shameless plug. Now the best way for real, really, it comes from experience. There's no way to know. You know what I mean? All a bid is an estimate anyway. So the way that I started off doing it was I walked the account. You got to see it. Now I don't know how to get them off. Okay, so you yeah, you know my email, Zenobia, is aj@ajsimmonsonline.com. Okay, so the best way to do it is you walk the account, figure out how long you think it'll take you to clean it, and then add that time up. Then multiply that times how many days per week you think you're gonna have to clean it. Then multiplies that days per week times the days per month. Then multiply that total time by your effective rate that you want to charge, whether it be $30 an hour, $25 an hour, $18 an hour, or whatever the case may be. Okay, and that's how you figure out how much you want to charge. There's really no way to know you're going to get better with time as time go on. And then another thing too, you really want to do this, and you're probably going to be able to do this if you are either a franchise owner or if you go work for another company and subcontract for another company. You have to be able to have something to compare all, so you can kind of know what you're doing for the most part. So for example, if you're a franchise owner, then you're going to get plenty of accounts. So you can kind of look and see like, all right, these type of accounts going to usually pay me this per month. These type of accounts going to usually pay me that per month. You know what I mean? So once you start walking these accounts and estimating how long you think it's going to take you to clean, it'll be easier for you to figure that out. You know what I mean? What else I would say? And so if you're not a franchise owner, then just start subbing and subcontracting for other people. Actually, don't try to be sneaky with it. Actually, let the person take you under their wing, tell them what you're trying to do, tell them you're trying to learn the business. And they're more than most of the time, every time in my experience, when I asked somebody for help, they were more than happy to help me and tell me what their strategies were and all of that. You know what I mean? But shameless plug one more time. I just made a bidding software. It's available on my site. Calculated Clean is the name of the product. And you can put in your stuff, put in the total square feet, and measure it out. I'm late to the live. What's the difference between 1099 and subcontractor? It's nothing, no difference. 1099 is subcontractor. A contractor, subcontractor, they all get 1099s at the end of the year. 1099 is just the name of the tax form that you get at the end of the year when you're a contractor. The tax form that you get at the end of the year when you're employees is W-2. That's all it is. All right. And then whether you're employee or subcontractor, all of them fill out I-9 forms first. So except for employee, you fills out a W-4 in addition to the I-9 form. All right. But you talk to a tax accountant or attorney or somebody that's better with that type of information. But I'm gonna give you what I know. It was something I was about to say. Negotiate if you never. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. You gotta figure out the time that it's going to take you. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So look, they got these little that is your calculator up for iPhone. No, man. See, I'm working on trying to get it on the app now. I stayed up like damn near 24 hours trying to figure out how to make an app out of it because I make all my stuff from scratch myself, even my website, everything. So it take time, and I cannot figure out how to make an app for it for the life of me. So right now, it's just an Excel file. So you got to have Excel to open it and operate it correctly. And you're gonna have to be at a laptop or desktop computer in order to do it. You gotta have Excel. But I think I'm about to go ahead and just fork over the cash and accept that I can't figure it out, and eventually go ahead and make a telephone app for it. So do I need to have a guy subcontract for me? Give out an I-9. Yeah, go ahead and get an I-9 form for it. I got them on my site for free download, or you can just Google it and download it. Either or. What was I gonna say? Okay, so get you a measuring wheel, right? Because so say for instance you trying to figure out how big an account is. If you don't know how to get square feet, it's quite simple. All you need to know is length times width. And so how you figure out length times width is you can either count the ceiling tiles or the floor tiles, because the floor tiles are usually 1 foot by 1 foot. So if you count 1 foot that way, the tiles, and then 1 foot the other way, multiply it, and that's how many square feet that room is. Then you just do the whole thing for the whole building. Or you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot, get you one of those little measuring wheels, and you can roll your way across the building and measure it out length time width. Or they got the lasers too, and I think the lasers cost a lot more though. Alright. I think I said everything I wanted to say on that. Pull up these comments again. Currently work at the bank. I'm a franchise owner. Got my master franchise contract phone number. Yeah, you definitely gonna have to email me on that, because that sounds like something else going on. I'm talking about Zenobia. $10 an hour versus subcontracting, which is better. Okay, so that's what I meant by it can be the same thing. So with my regular service accounts, with my employee, like my regular workers, I don't say employees, I got to be careful with that. So with my regular workers, I pay them as contractors, right? But I pay them based off of $10 an hour. So for example, I clean all of my accounts first usually, and then after a while I can kind of tell how long it should take, and if it need to be adjusted, I'll adjust it. But anyway, so if I clean an account that I know for a fact takes 4 hours a night every time I go, then, and I know that I'm slower than most people. I clean very slow because I'm very detailed. So I will base that account based off of $4. I'm at 4 hours each time I go, and so my effective rate for my contractors is $10 per hour. So then I do 10 times 4 is 40. And then I multiply 40 times however many days in a month, and that's how much they're going to get paid per month. Whether they stay as long as I think they should, or whether they stay longer than I think they should, they're getting that set rate. You see what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I usually take longer to clean than everybody else. So it's fair, because usually they're going to finish faster than what I estimated, which makes it easier for them, because now they're looking like, well, hey, I ain't getting $10 an hour. Really, I'm getting like 15 an hour, because it's taking me, 30 minutes less than whatever the hell he said it was going to take. You know what I mean? So that helps. And then also it helps because, say for instance, if I get a complaint and I need them to stay longer, well, they can stay longer, and if they try to bitch about the time, I can just say, well, I'm already paying you to be here this long anyway. You know what I mean? So that's why I do it the way I do it. Now, if you pay just by the hour and don't pay by the job, which is basically what I'm doing when I pay these workers as contractors and not as employees, if you just try to pay by the hour, what's going to happen is your people going to get in there and bullshit because they can ride the clock. That's why I don't pay by the hour. Now, this is commercial cleaning. If it was janitorial, it'd be different. That's why you see at the schools and stuff, they janitor. So they there all night. They there for 8 hours regardless. So they gonna dump the trash nice and slow, take the time. But in commercial cleaning, you're not on a set time. If you go in there, you get the job done, and you get out of there as quickly and as efficient as possible. So that's why I don't pay by the hour, because I'm gonna lose money. You see what I'm saying? So That's all I got on that. Any more questions before I hop off this thing? I'm gonna try to start going live every day. All right, what software you use to keep organized for receipts, gas, all of that? Someone mentioned 12 hats. I never heard of 12 hats. That sounds like something interesting. So gas, I use Mile IQ. It's a phone app. I think I pay either $5 or $10 a month for that. It just go on my phone bill and I pay it like that. Everything else, QuickBooks. QuickBooks, that's it. QuickBooks Online is what I use, but it's probably better if you just go ahead and buy the QuickBooks software, so that way you don't have to pay that monthly fee every time. And then also, and QuickBooks cost me like I think $12 a month or something. I don't got the payroll part since I pay my people as contractors. So what I do is I go into QuickBooks and I just make checks. I just make the checks. I order the checks from like WalmartOnline.com or something like that. And I order those checks with my company's printed logo and all that, so it's nice and official. And then I just put my checks in, my pre-printed checks in the printer. And when I go and create a check in QuickBooks, it'll print out the actual amount for the employee or the workers and all of that. So that's how I do that. But as far as keeping records and all of that, I keep all my stuff in a manual file, and I also put it in QuickBooks and all that. Do you have a program that talks about all the things you put in your videos? I don't. If you can give me an idea what you would like to see in that program, I can come up with that for you. The only thing right now that I'm working on, so I'm working on a couple of things. I'm about to pay somebody to do my audio book for me. So the ebook that I got, I'm gonna make an audio version out of that, so that'll be quick for y'all. And it's a short read, so the ebook shouldn't be more than 30 minutes, so it should be easy for y'all. So, and that'll be one thing. Then I also working on the second part of my cleaning business startup kit. I don't know if y'all seen, I got a cleaning business starter kit that comes with all the supplies you need and all of that if you want to get started without a franchise. It got some forms in there with proposals and all that shit. And and right now I'm working on a second edition of that, where it's going to actually show you, give you like some flyer templates and the bidding software with it. All of my bidding programs, the residential and the commercial one I make, gonna come with that package with all the equipment and all that shit. So those are the two main things I'm working on right now. But if you want to give me some ideas on like everything that I got, matter of fact, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll look at all my best videos, kind of collab them together and make them a little series of some shit like that. So let me know what you want to hear, how you would prefer I did that, if you got any ideas. But I'll see what I can do on that. Do you put JanPro on your checks or my own business? Because they work for me, not JanPro. And that's another thing too. So I've seen some videos online talking about they went independent because they don't like the fact that you can't have your own business cards, you can't have your own website, and you want to use your own company logo. You can have all of that with a franchise. I'm not sure where these people are getting that from. The only thing I say is, if you're only going to do commercial cleaning, what's the point? It's pointless. Your customers, with your commercial customers that you get through JanPro, Jani-king, Coverall, whoever, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because they made their company with JanPro. Like, they signed their contract with JanPro, so no need to put your company out there. But if you're going to do residential or anything outside of commercial cleaning, then you need to start promoting your logo. But only time I even mention my company's name is to the people working for me, because that's who their checks coming from. So that's pretty much how that is. But I got you can have your own business cards. You can have your own car door magnet. I had one before. I let it go fall off, and all of that. So you can have your own website, all of that. Is JanPro a good company to start a franchise with? So go watch my video. Which cleaning franchise company is the best? All right, but to sum that up, I can't answer it, simply because each one of them is different in each different area. The master franchise owner here in Jacksonville is different from the master franchise owner in Virginia Beach, and they all can run it the way that they want to run it. They got a guideline, they got a template that the franchise gave them when they bought in, but they can run that shit just the way they want it to work. Just like us unit franchise, they master franchise owners and we unit franchise owners. So we can run our shit for the most part with a little bit of freedom. We can do certain things here and there, but we still got that little guideline we can follow. So that's the same thing that they got. So some charge more percentage, some charge less. I will admit, I've realized very quickly that in Virginia Beach, I had it very good when it came to fees. They were more lenient than a lot of other companies and a lot of other locations. So it's really no best. You just got to shop around. That's why I always tell y'all to shop around. Only time I'm gonna tell you not to shop around is if you're in Jacksonville, because here you can actually work directly with me as long as I'm here. You know what I mean? So, but everywhere else, and then Virginia Beach is good too. Virginia Beach Jam Pro, I vouch for them. But always shop around. Always shop around. Get all the numbers, and don't be scared to set up these meetings, y'all, because you're not obligated to do nothing when you go to these meetings. I think a lot of y'all be scared because y'all be like, well, I ain't got the money in the bank right now, so I ain't gonna waste their time. It don't matter if you got the money in the bank today or next year. Just go ahead and get the meeting out of the way, because number one, by law, they can't sell you a franchise until they giving you 2 weeks to read that fine print they're gonna give you, because it's a big thick ass packet that you're gonna get before. And that's what I be saying, like, yeah, hit them up. And because that's what I be saying, like, people talk it's a scam, it's a ripoff, but it's like, dog, you had 2 weeks to read the package and shit. You had all that time to read the fine print. Why didn't you read it? You know what I mean? Because if you would have read it, you would have known this fee was associated with it. You would have known that fee was associated with it. So, good breakdown on why you don't pay hourly. We were about to do hourly. Good. I appreciate it. I'm glad that helped. And I don't know anybody that's been able to do it hourly and be successful with it, because the truth of the matter is the margins are not huge. You know what I mean? The margins aren't huge, so you don't want to have to be guessing and playing. You need your numbers to be as exact as you can possibly get them. So with me paying by the job, that's the best way for me to get it that way. So when you hire your workers, how much do you tell them that you pay? I tell them that I pay by the job. I tell them I pay by the job, but it's based off a $10 an hour scale. And then I give them the exact same example that I just gave y'all. Some people like it, some people don't. Well, actually, everybody been happy with, like, I don't have a high turnover rate at all. And I want to talk about that too, but I've been going for like fucking 30 minutes now. But real quick, I'm gonna give you this tip that works for me with keeping them, for finding good employees and maintaining, retaining good employees. My personal brand, building your brand, and I was gonna do a whole separate video on this, but fuck it, since we talking about it. Most of the time, people just want to work for me just because it's me. And that ain't even on no cocky shit or none of that. It's just, that's the truth. Because a lot of people, I built such a brand for myself, even locally, offline, that people just want to work for me because they feel like if they could just be around me, my energy will rub off on them, or the information, you know what I mean? So a lot of people just want to work for me. So your personal brand can take you a long way. Then if you turn around and you pay good, $10 an hour is decent pay for a cleaning job, when some people still paying $7.50 an hour. So that's number 2 way that I keep good employees. And then number 3, I give them freedom. I don't micromanage. I'm very I'm very straightforward. And I tell you exactly what I want. I show them how detailed I clean, and I expect them to keep that consistently. No days off. My people don't take days off. It's very rare that somebody take a day off, and if they take a day off, they know that they're in trouble. And not that I'm strict, it's just like, dog, at the most, y'all spending 4 hours per day. I don't have anybody that's working more than 4 hours a day. So it's like, miss a day for what? Just go knock that shit out right quick and go. You know what I mean? Actually, I take that back. My guy that does weekends does more than 4 hours a day. But he ain't working but one more day the rest of the week. You see what I'm saying? So it's no reason to really miss a day. So, but that's the main 3 things. Like, I use my brand as leverage. I pay decent. And I don't micromanage, so they got their freedom. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, they're not employees anyway. They're contractors. So that I feel like they deserve their freedom. You know what I mean? I'm I'm trying to focus. I got all these damn comments on my shit, and I can't even see my face on the screen. And I'm trying to think about what I'm saying without reading the comments. But anyway, paying by the job seems way smarter than hourly things. Yep. Appreciate that. Keep hustling about ownership. Straight up. Alright, good breakdown. So when you hire your workers, how much do you tell them? Okay. I think I got them all. Alright, cool. So, one more thing I forgot to tell y'all I was working on. So I told y'all I'm working on the audio book. I'm working on upgraded version of the starter kit, and the other thing I'm working on is the Patreon. I told y'all about Patreon before, so this is how I'm gonna do it. All of my exclusive content, you know, the videos that I be having for sale and shit, I'm gonna have that on Patreon. So anything that I release now that I already got out, if you plan on donating through Patreon to me, don't even go buy that stuff, because if you go to Patreon, you're gonna be able to get it unlimited access as long as you do a pledge to the amount. I'm thinking I'm either gonna make the amount $5 a month or $10 a month. I don't know yet, but y'all can tell me what y'all think. But probably $5 a month would be fine. But what I'm gonna do is all exclusive content I'm gonna put over there, and then just my normal shit that you've been getting over here, you still gonna get this too. You know what I mean? But that's just for the people who want to donate, who feel like they got value coming from this, and they wouldn't mind contributing $5 a month to me, just like they do Netflix every month that they don't even watch. You know what I mean? So that's just something that I'm trying to come up with, because I'm trying to find a way to just trying to find a way to keep it going, because sometimes I do lose motivation. You know what I mean? I start to feel like this ain't making me money. You know what I mean? Other shit is making me money, but I still try to give y'all as much as I possibly can, because I do this just because I like to help people. But then sometimes, like, well, damn, you putting a lot of time into this and you ain't really getting them back. So that's what's one more way for me to be able to give back without just giving it away. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be able to still serve the way I'm serving without just giving it away. So I'm gonna still do this, and then I'm gonna do Patreon too. I have more details once I set that all up. So that's the 3 things I'm working on. If y'all want more, let me know. It's been over 30 minutes. I got my window up and I'm hot, and I don't got the AC on. So thank y'all for subscribing, like, sharing, and commenting. AJ Simmons, follow me at AJ Simmons online. I appreciate you, Mario. And Snapchat. No problem, Pablo. Snapchat is AJ Rich already 16. Thanks for the info. Yeah, you already know. That's my boy Fred Griffin. You already know. All right, thanks, y'all.